Terrell, you ever been out somewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, we are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yep, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts podcast, Love is Blind UK Season 2, Episode 5 and 6 recap. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
Had to think about that for a second, didn't you?
For a second.
All right, so right now, 4 episodes in, we're about to get into the next two. How you feeling about this show? I know it was started moving pretty fast, but now we're in the island of love, Cyprus.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Well, I mean, I like how this one flows. It seems like it's getting to the point. You know, after the first 4 episodes, we have all the couples and they're on the honeymoon. I'm like, this is great.
Right.
It seems less drama than what we see in the US version. So I'm liking it so far.
Toya says she's still watching episode 6. How far are you? Near the end?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Look, see, and to be fair, this is why we actually moved it up, pushed it back an hour, right? To give people a chance to get to it. Because last week I think like, hey, whoa, y'all started really going. Oh yeah, I don't think that's episode 6. You might be a little further than you think. So, Toya.
Yeah.
I think you might be on 7.
Yeah, that didn't happen episode 5 and 6.
So you could, but it gets good right there too as we get to episode 7 and 8 tomorrow. So it's good to see you getting a jump start on that. So much to get to, man. You ready to get to it? As Leah says, just finished episode 6 like 20 minutes ago. So right on time. We did the right thing, pushed it back.
Yeah, let's do it.
YouTube channel member Anitra says hello from Atlanta. So happy to catch you all live.
Hey, Anitra.
Yep, and Karen pointed this out, which I didn't even notice this. Maybe you did, Terrell. Episode 5 was only 39 minutes.
I noticed it. I
did.
Appreciated it.
See, I didn't even notice it.
I appreciate it, yeah.
You see, you like when they cut it down a little bit, then they get something longer. It's hey, still love this way, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get this going because it all kicks off. And we're gonna kind of just stick to couples as we go through it, right? Just to kind of make sure we keep everything so we're not just bouncing all over the place. So let us start with Megan and Kieran. All right. And Megan shares that her mom's boyfriends were not necessarily good guys. That seems to pose a problem, or does it not?
I don't think it poses a problem. Just maybe her mom has a bad picker. That's not a reflection on, Megan. But I don't know all the context of what her relationships are like. But I think she's seen enough to where she's very cautious. And Kieran made the comment that he says, "I'm not ashamed to say that I love you." And Megan said that she's not afraid to say it, but she will say it when she will say it when the time is right. And I think Kieran gets it, but he doesn't really like it. But it's like, what do you do?
Yeah. I mean, but okay, isn't she right though? If you don't feel it, you should never say it, right? There are people who
100%.
say it just because somebody else said it. There are people who say it just to get the draws. There's no reason to just say those 3 words because it is just 3 words. It is just 8 characters. However, it carries a lot of weight, and you should never say it unless you mean it.
Every time I've said it, I meant it.
Sure you did.
I did. Yeah. Every time I said I meant it. I never just threw it out there, be like, yeah, I love you, whatever. I never did
it. I love you, whatever. Now get over here.
Are you coming over or not?
Because I'd love to see you and I love you.
Yeah, I love you and I want to see you. Oh, you can't make it? All right, then I'm out.
I take it back. Now I unlove you. Who said my first live in a while says I respect Megan's reasoning. Me too. And I'm glad that she's doing it that way and not allowing the pressure of the cameras and the way the situation is to make her say that. Another couple though who has been saying it pretty often, Cal and Srova.
Yeah.
Cal tells Srova as they're talking about dating past, right? And I like the way that he explained why she wasn't his normal type because he told her before his normal type was blonde hair, blue-eyed, white British women. Now, did you take his explanation and understand what he meant?
I did, because middle school and high school years,
Mhm.
I dated what was around me.
Yeah.
And what was around me was
Blonde hair.
might have been blonde, could have been brunettes, but I dated what was around me. This was around my area. I had a bike. I didn't have a car. This is as far as I could go. So I could totally relate to what Cal is saying here.
Was it necessary for him to explain that to her? Because I almost feel like it was, but was it?
I think it was for her, and I think it helped put her at ease.
Yeah.
Because in her mind, she's thinking that he only prefers
Right.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed white women, and that's not what the case is. He said, "This is just what was around me,"
Mm-hmm.
and it made sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it helped her, put her at ease. So I'm glad that he said it.
And it's not like he's not proud of his own heritage in that sense. So
Yeah.
he's not trying to be white. Like, well, if I date a blonde woman, I'll get a little whiter.
I'm trying to dilute the pool. Let me get some of this Pakistani out of me and just get this white girl. Yeah, no, I don't think that was his intent. But
No.
what did you think about when he brings back up Katisha and Javin, and the whole Demola thing? It's like, dude, the dude's obsessed with it. Like, let it go.
Yeah, he is. Because he tell her about it. Meanwhile, saying that they are the strongest couple. I just think it's he's invested for whatever reason he is. But how'd you feel about him saying that they were the strongest couple?
I thought that was crazy, because what are you basing that on?
Mm-hmm.
And like, why is it? It's not a contest to see who's the strongest couple. It's just, are y'all gonna make it to the
show you say it's a contest, and now you say this isn't a contest. Come on.
No, this isn't a contest to see who's the strongest couple.
Okay.
No, a contest is 3 kings and 20 chicks trying to date the 3 kings. That's a contest. Bachelor, that's a contest. 1 dude, 22 women.
Uh-huh.
But in this case, you got your partner.
Yeah.
The goal is for you to make it to the altar and say yes. So your competition is yourself. It's not the other couples.
Good point. Touche.
Thank you. Thank you.
Katisha and Javin. Or should we go through all the pronunciations? Javin.
Javin. Dat ninja.
Okay, and by the time we get to the end of this, I'm going to ask another question, right? Not this portion, but as we get a little further into it, I'm going to ask a question to the chat. So get ready. But as they're talking, Katisha tells Javin about her chat with Cal, and then Javin tells her, "Look, Cal is just a straight up dude, and he says what's on his mind." So now, does that answer your question as to why he keeps bringing it up?
No, I just think that Cal needs to let it go. She made that decision. Focus on your marriage. Don't worry about her anymore. Let it go.
By the way, Sanmai says, "We're the strongest couple." Famous last words.
Yep.
Agreed?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't always end well when you're like, we're the strongest couple. No.
Yep.
You're not.
We've seen that way too often on Married at First Sight. Jed and Barhda, as we running through this like well, it is the UK version. We run through these pretty fast, but there was a lot of fluff in the early parts of episode 5. Even though it was a short episode, there was a lot of fluff, right? And I think I see the issues on the horizon for Jed and Barhda, because she is way too controlling and over independent, as seen in this dune buggy ride. They're doing the dune buggy ride, and she's just like, it feels like I have to be in control.
She wanted to drive.
It's not that she wanted to drive.
She wanted to drive. She wanted to drive. That's all that is. In my opinion, she wanted to drive. But I hear you, because Barhda is very independent, and I totally respect that and like that. So, but the challenge is Jed is not built that way. He's not used to having someone independent. He wants to be traditional and take care of his woman and all that. And I think so. This is where I think they're going to have some challenges, because they're both going to have to give and compromise a little bit to make this work.
I think we're already seeing him compromise, and she has none in her, right? Because she even says she's always been the driver in her relationships, and I see it. But he's like, "Yep, okay, cool, this and that." He's allowing some of that. He's compromising. She isn't, and I think because think about this, you're gonna have to make room for 2, is what she said.
Yeah.
But all I hear is her saying what Jed has to do to accommodate her, Barhda, in order to make room for 2, and not what she Barhda is going to do to compromise for Jed? I just want to make
Right.
sure you're following along.
I'm following. I'm following the bouncing ball. I saw the whole thing, but here's what I like about what she's doing.
Yeah.
I think that it's not that she's not willing to compromise. She's just trying to emphasize the fact that I am not going to be a traditional Albanian woman that's going to serve on you hand and foot, have babies, and be in the kitchen all day. That's not who I am, and I need you to really understand that. And so I respect the fact the way she's doing it. I don't think that she's not willing to compromise, but she just wants to make sure he fully gets, because there's so many dudes that we have known that they're dating somebody, or when she has her, oh, you're getting your bachelor's, you're doing this, but when they get married, they want her to stay at home and be a stay-at-home mom, and that's not what she wants. And she's trying to make sure it's clear before. No, it's not that he said he wants her to be a stay-at-home mom. He said that he's not used to being with someone that is as independent as her. He's used to being the one to take care of everything, solve everything, and do everything. That's what he's used to.
Yeah.
And right. You don't need that with her. She can handle shit without him.
And that's cool. But her too. And the problem is she hasn't shown the compromise yet. Toya says it's time for Barhda to step into her soft girl era. And J-Ro says she let him cook, though. That was a step. It was a tiny step. He was still
she listened to him.
We'll see. It's gonna be, if the one thing I see with them where this can go wrong is this part, because, and I think, and I may be wrong, but I doubt I am, it's gonna be her fault, not his.
Of course.
You just hate when I say what? I'm just saying.
Nothing. I just said, of course you do. You are.
That's fine. God. By the way, Something to Be says Barhda and Jed are my favorite couple, mature and both seem intentional and ready. Exactly. However, Barhda needs time to let him lead. It takes time. How much time do you need? They don't have much time. The altar's right around the corner. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen before they get married. It's going to be something over time. It's going to happen.
YouTube channel member Sly says she has to learn to trust it, and he has to earn that trust. So that's both sides. Compromise, right?
It is both sides, but both sides will not be there come altar day. It's going to take some time beyond that. The cameras are on. It's all fun right now. This is the honeymoon phase. It's all fun.
Yeah, indeed. They do have a get together. All the couples get together, and Matt and Emma show up and lay out what's ahead. You know, everybody heading back to the crib, back to the phones, back to meeting family and friends, and all that before the altar. One of the things that did come up was Ashley saying that her dad has never met any of her boyfriends, and now he's going to meet her fiance. Problems on the horizon?
Well, it's a little bit of a red flag. So you've not dated anybody that you brought around your dad. That's just interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah,
that is kind of wild.
At her age, right? It's not like she's 19.
Right. Very true. Javin says he's definitely wants to get married, but if it doesn't happen here, their journey isn't over. Now, is this him laying the groundwork to say no at the altar, but hey, let's keep dating?
Yes. And I think, and the funny thing is, this Katisha all but said the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, why are y'all two here? What did you get into this experiment for? If you're like, yeah, you know, our goal, you know, at the end of it, you're supposed to get married, but if it doesn't work out, we just keep dating and see what happens. No, I can't stand watching these two on my screen every time.
Well, here, let me put this guy on your screen, because Billy, on the other hand, he said, look, because the guys are talking together afterwards, and Billy's like, hey, if I couldn't go back to dating if it's a no at the altar.
Yeah.
Do you understand what he's saying in this part?
Oh, I do. You tell me no at the altar in front of America and my friends and family? No, we can't keep dating.
Well, look, Javin is not backing down. You know, the competitor that he is, he's like, hey, look, I'm going to need more time to get to know her and for us to have experiences. Then this is not the show for you, brother.
Yeah, no, you can't. You got 8 weeks total.
Yes, that's it. And you knew that coming in. You knew that coming in. And you didn't, you sped up the process of, well, okay, never mind. I mean,
he could have been home doing all the things he was doing and let Demola be happy. But no, he had to.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here and finish my drink since you hurt my feelings.
Well, that's because night one, he decided to have some extra fun. He wasn't worried about slowing it down and having more experiences before that part.
Yeah.
So it's interesting as the whole conversation is happening because you have Kieran over there telling the guys that he told Megan he loves her. Now, I know you hate the fact that the guy's always talking and asking questions about having sex, right? But is this an
Right.
issue for him telling them that he's told her he loves her and she hasn't said it back?
No, it's just him being vulnerable, just sharing kind of what's going on.
Mhm.
And I get it. He said that he'll need to hear it before he can say yes at the wedding.
Mhm.
I totally get that. But I like what Billy told him. It's like, look, when she does finally tell you, it's going to mean that much more to you.
Is it?
Yeah, it would. She
Cal,
said she's never said it to any guy before.
yeah,
So she'd be the first person
yeah.
that he's ever dated that she said, I love you to. That's almost like popping cherry. I mean, it's
Which is why she was so skeptical of Demola for being so into her. Cal, on the other hand, holding no punches, asked Javin if he thinks Demola and Javin asked about Demola, right? And Javin is basically saying he's thinking the same thing, like what happened. And then he even tells the guys, like, look, I've asked her, she just doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't really give him any direct answers, but I get that he wants to know, like, what was it that made Demola feel so confident?
Right.
That this was it. You had to have said something. He just wants to know what it was.
And it's the same thing when Ashley is talking to Katisha, right? Because Ashley's talking to Katisha and ask her if her not saying I love you to Javin is because Demola is still on her mind. And Katisha kind of set the record straight on that real quick, didn't she?
Yeah, she did once she got past the is it Jamaican Scottish girl tears? Is that what we call it? The JSTs, the Jamaican Scottish tears.
Oh, is that what
once
it is?
Yeah. Because I was gonna put WWT. I'm like, well, she's not white. I can't.
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting how she's feeling like she's being judged, which technically she is, by all the other couples because they all don't understand why'd you pick Javin. And I'm sure the other couples can see what we're seeing in these edits. These two together makes no sense.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. And so they're just all shocked.
Now, interesting because in the live chat, you've got Quinn Too Pretty saying it is so weird Javin proposed and Katisha accepted without either mentioning love.
Yeah. I couldn't propose unless I felt the L word.
Right. Well, you can't even say love?
No, I can say love. I wouldn't propose unless I felt I love the person.
Okay.
I just say
Leah says, I don't think Javin wants to be married right now to anyone.
I don't think he wants to be married to Katisha.
Which is what J-Ro is saying. Javin doesn't want her. He just wants to say she picked him over someone else. He won the competition.
He won.
And Sly A, YouTube channel member Sly A says, hey, Katisha should have told everyone to mind their business. Agreed? Something like you would have said.
Yeah, it's something I would have said, but she can't say that because she's not confident in who she picked. So that's on her.
Well, interesting thing that happened here while everybody's moving back to England. I almost got confused as to what show I was watching. Did anybody else catch the Married at First Sight theme song in the middle of this Love is Blind UK? That was kind of wild. Kind of threw me off just a little bit. That was it Louis Dowd, All or Nothing. But they move in, and of course let's get back to Javin and Katisha, right? Because she's still in her head about all the couples asking questions and why they can't take things for what it is.
Yeah. And I like how Javin handled that because he said, I can understand why, because your decision flipped overnight. And he asked what she told him to make him feel like he was the one when he came back to the lounge. And Katisha said that she feels bad because the one last thing she told him was not to worry.
Right. Now, you notice that's the only thing she said.
Right.
About, at least that we heard, right? But it felt like, to me, it felt like just I want her to tell him the rest of the story. And she didn't. She just gave him this little piece. But even then, you could see Javin go, almost like it clicked for him, and it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I think he finally understands, and then he started to question if that he tells us this, if that whole switcheroo behavior is going to repeat itself. Because as confident as he is in himself, that's got to make you think, as confident as she made him feel, could she do this to me too, right?
No, 100%. You could easily think that she's going to come to the altar and be like, you know what, change my mind.
Yeah.
No, but Javin should also know that there's nothing between y'all two for you to even think that there's a shot that she's going to say yes at the altar. There's nothing between these two.
Now, Javin was out talking with Jed, right? And Jed says he can see himself saying yes at the altar, but Javin says he's not 100%. And again, keeps bringing up this, need more experiences, but then also says he's never brought a girlfriend to meet his mom.
Yep. Red flag, just like I said about Ashley.
Okay, so then when Jed asks about Demola, Javin said he'd rather Katisha just meet with him and squash it. Good idea or not?
I mean, if you're confident in your relationship, sure, good idea, but it's whatever. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I just don't know what I would do in that situation.
Really?
Because I don't know. Because part of me would wonder, if I'm Javin, was I really second choice? Did you settle? I would have these things in my head, but I don't know if I would encourage her to go have a one-on-one meet with Demola.
Well, here's the other part, though, because Jed asked him if he trusts her, and he says he does trust her, right? But he understands why Demola felt the way he did, and he thinks Katisha is embarrassed, and that's why she had a hard time telling him what happened. Because remember, he had to pull that out of her, and even when she finally told him, he's like, "But if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to," right? And it's his way of just not starting enough. He doesn't seem to like confrontation, right? He didn't want an argument. He's just like, you don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't want to, just
Right.
I start to see the flip here with these two, right? I think it's the Tyrion Lannister effect, where he was the bad guy at first, and then kind of coming to be the good guy. And is he as bad? Are you seeing a different side of him now?
No, I still think he's an F boy kind of dude. I still think so.
So Srova, in the meantime, is having a conversation with Katisha, and Katisha admits that the whole Demola chat has put a damper on their trip in Cyprus, right?
Yeah.
Which you can see how that could do it. And there's something else that she brought up. I want to see if you agree with this, because she says she's a girl, so she communicates with emotion, and Javin is a boy, so he does it with logic. That sounded like she just made enemies of most women around the world with that kind of statement.
I mean, it's a sexist point. I get where she's coming from, because I've heard that same ideology, but normally from men. But I don't think the fact that she's emotional, he's logical, is the issue. The issue to me is they don't have much in common from a communication standpoint, of something to build upon. I just don't understand how they got to this point. In their relationship, I don't understand how he dropped down on the. I just don't get it. But there's just nothing there. In live chat, am I wrong when y'all watch these two? Doesn't it feel awful just to watch these two on screen? Because you're just like, why are y'all talking to each other? Why is this happening?
Sly says Venus, Mars, but communication is critical. And the Sum to Be says bullshit. Some of us communicate with both, mostly with logic. Yeah. And Samai says neither of them actually say what they truly mean. Agreed?
Their communication is terrible.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how they talked enough to get to this point to want to say, let's get married. It's awful.
YouTube channel member Kieran says, right, Terrell. Dorica says, no chemistry, total strangers. Channel member Anitra says, they just sit and look at each other. Sly A says, they are not a match. And Mimi agrees with you. Yes, Terrell, I agree.
Yeah.
So, and let's see, Miss Speed Racer. Hope I actually said that right. Is remember that video, that game show where you would read the license plate? That's what I felt like looking at her name. It says all surface level communication. Or like a something to be says, two coworkers who are forced to work together.
No, they're like two coworkers who at the company happy hour got drunk, hooked up, and now they're like, "What are we gonna do? Are we gonna be
We don't
friends?
have anything to talk about.
Do we? Yeah, we really don't have anything. Are we gonna date? Are we just gonna go back to everything, back to business as usual? Like, what are we gonna do?" That's what they seem like.
Right. Well, here's the thing. They go out for dinner, right? And Javin says they feels a little excited and nervous about the wedding, and there's some things that need to be addressed, including this conversation with Demola.
Mhm.
And Katisha's like, "Well, you want me to just message him now?" Here's the thing. I like, and again, I said Javin is coming around for me because as she's typing that message and she's over there, I just text him. He's like, "What are you doing? Sending him a life story?"
Well, you just can't just text somebody that you broke their heart and be like, hey, big head, you want to meet up? Like, you just can't. It can't be a short text. It has to have some context.
Yeah.
To get the person to even say, yes, I will meet up with you for a drink and let's talk.
And he knows that. I just think it's the joke, the joke in nature. It's something you would have said, something I would have said. It's just, you're like, hey, I mean, damn, what's it, a novel? How long is that message? It's gonna take him 10 minutes to read it. You know, something. We would have said something. So the next thing we get to see is Demola and Katisha. And the first thing I notice is when I put these two together here on this graphic, I totally misread it because he's way taller than I thought he was.
Oh yeah, he's tall.
He had to bend over to hug her. Hey,
yeah,
buddy.
Yeah, no, he's tall. No.
And look, if you ever go to his IG, he actually does. Was it judo or taekwondo or karate something? But he does actual martial arts, right?
Yeah.
Now, Demola told Katisha that he felt blindsided. And to me, I felt like she took no accountability because she's like, well, yeah, I was blindsided too.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect her to say? What do you really will expect her to say in this situation? She's trying to meet up, try to squash it. She can't say, hey, my bad, I'm sorry, because then that would lead to people to think that she made the wrong choice. And she has to ride with the choice that she made. So she's just trying to be Switzerland in this whole deal and just be neutral. And not really try to take ownership of anything. It's almost similar. I wish she would have just said, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. That wasn't my intent.
Yep.
I'd rather have just said that.
Which would have been better because, even when he asked, and I was afraid this was going to go a different route when he asked this question, because Demola asked if she, back when they were in the pods, did she genuinely see a future with him? Yeah. And to me, I felt like Katisha lied, saying, yes, I could. We said this when we were in the pods. Like, no, you can't.
No, I disagree here. I think Katisha was being honest that, yes, I can see us being friends in the future. Just friends in the future.
Oh, that kind of future. My bad.
Yeah, he didn't say romantically. She was just like, yeah, I can see us being friends forever. You're awesome. You're sweet. You're caring.
and kind. And he proved that. But he asked if she's happy. How are things going? Are you happy? And she's like, yeah, I'm happy. He goes, well, as long as you're happy, I'm happy for you. Yeah. I'll be one of your cheerleaders.
From the sidelines. I like that. He's just a straight up. He's just a straight up good dude. Now, here's the thing that annoyed me when she tells him to keep being a lover boy. Hey, stop it. He wasn't a lover boy. You friend zoned him. Because he was too much of a good guy and you weren't used to that.
Right.
But then he says, well, good guys always finish last. I was like, true.
Yeah, well, until the women finally grow up, which is just going to happen to her at some point.
I don't even know if that's the case. I know dudes in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who are scrubs, but yet they pull women all the time. And I'm like, I don't understand how they do it.
People's pickers are usually off. I like though, he made a joke about at the wedding, hope somebody pretty catches the bouquet. And she's like, oh yeah, I've got really pretty friends. I can hook you up. And he's like, nah, We good. Do you think he just wants nothing else to do with her?
I think he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he was with one of her friends, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Someone's going to have a birthday party, get together. They're both going to be there.
Yeah.
I don't need to do that.
So interesting things that were said. Like Leah says, Demola still had feelings for her. Did you see that?
Well, you can see in his eyes that he
Mhm.
still cares about her.
Yeah.
But he's also had time to process over the last few weeks. Like, she kind of did me dirty.
Mhm.
So
What I like was when he walked in, I was afraid that he would go, goo goo gaga when he saw her and just like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I'm glad he did none of that, at least that we saw. He just meant, oh, hi, nice to meet you. I mean, you can see when he hugged her, he still cared for her. But Toya says Demola didn't even try to flirt with Katisha. Stand-up guy. Agreed?
yeah. He's a stand-up dude. I mean, there's nothing I could see that would tell me he's anything less. I can't wait to see him at the reunion.
Right.
And hear what he has to say.
Mimi said this earlier, said everybody needs to leave Katisha alone about her decision. She'll find out soon enough if she chose wisely. Did you think she came out of this feeling like she still chose wisely?
In this episode? I don't know. I don't know, because I don't feel like she's been 100% confident from the jump.
Yeah.
She's kind of went with it because that's her norm, but I don't think she's been 100% hell or high water. This is my person.
It's interesting. You brought up the whole thing about the apology, right? Because when she gets back after this meeting with Demola, Javin asked her, well, so did you apologize? And she said no. And I think that took him back a little bit too, because I too felt she deserved to apologize. She should have apologized and I know you don't like the apology tour, but shouldn't she have apologized to Demola?
No, because if she does, then that's admitting she was wrong in her choice.
She was.
She could apologize.
Not in the choice, but she was wrong for what she did. She lied to that man.
She could apologize for how he felt about how the relationship ended.
That is the worst kind of apology, and you know that. If somebody said to you, "I'm sorry that you feel that way," tell you, but like, take that shit back. How dare you speak to me like that? Come on, she definitely should apologize. Jules T says, of course, she should have apologized. Leah says she should apologize. It's not saying admitting that you made the wrong choice. It's just, I apologize because I lied to you.
Yeah.
And even if it's, I shouldn't have said that until I had that meeting with. But okay. Leah says apologizing and admitting that she led him on and lied. Well, she did.
Yep. But apologizing for it makes it real.
Some to be's with you said no apology needed. It's a fast-paced environment. Things change quickly. Come on now.
You know what you signed up for? TV.
Some to be went to the Terrell School of Logic.
Yeah. You're on TV for this, right? Yeah. It's a fast-paced environment. You're just gonna be able to deal with that.
What'd you think when Katisha said she can see why people are friends with him?
Yeah, she can see why a lot of people are friends with Demola. She can see it. We can see it.
I do like though. Again, this I'm telling you, I'm coming around. Javin is cool in this books now because he's like, all right, you're not gonna change your mind again, are you?
Yeah.
See, he's making light of the situation. At least got to smile a little bit, even though she was kind of like, "Come on, stop that."
Yeah.
She didn't get the joke. She missed that one. She didn't like it because she should have apologized. All right. Hey, first of all, I realize we've gone a long time before saying this. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us, man. Whether you're part of the live crew watching it right now or you're watching it right now, this being right now being later as part of the replay gang, do us a favor, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications as we move on to the next couple. Let's see. Shall we go to Kieran and Megan? Because Kieran is doing a little chefing for Megan, even though he doesn't like to cook for himself.
I don't understand this chefing instead of cooking. Like, why does it have to be so different between the UK and any UK people that are following us?
The only problem that you have with making that as an American, sir, They had the English language first.
Didn't mean it was right.
You spoken like a true American.
Yeah, it didn't mean it was right. I mean, they spelled knife with a K. I mean, it just doesn't make it right.
Don't you?
But what I'm saying is, I just find it funny chefing, because when I think of chef, I think of someone trained.
Yeah.
If you boil water and put eggs in it, you're no chef. You're cooking. You're cooking eggs. You're not a chef. So when they say chefing, I'm like, but you're not really a chef, though.
Bad meaning bad, not bad meaning good. Come on, man. Stop it. Don't act like the American English language is that much better.
I didn't say it was better. I just said why do you gotta say chefing instead of cooking? Because a chef is someone trained
Oh, dear God.
and skilled. You go to the Art Institute, Le Cordon Bleu, you are a chef.
I feel like I'm talking to MAGA right now.
If you're gonna boil water and put in some boxed macaroni and cheese, you're not a chef. You're cooking.
Oh my God! But what do you think about him saying that he likes to do that for her, even though he doesn't like to cook for himself, but he likes cooking for Megan?
Yeah, he does.
And obviously the food was good because Megan was like, "I love you." That's some good ass food.
That's
some good
how
ass
you
food.
get him.
That's
On the
why
way
he was.
to put it in there.
That's why he was chefing.
little Salt Bay.
If he was just cooking, she would have been like, "That was nice." But he was chefing, and that's why she said, "I love you."
Yeah.
By the way, Dorica said Terrell's in the Petty Olympics.
Hey, gold every time.
Every single time.
I'm getting the gold every time.
What do you think when Kieran showed Megan his flat? Anything?
Well, I thought his flat looked good, because that's always an interesting thing to see these people how they live. But it's like a total bachelor. I mean, and it's almost like he just graduated college, like the way his bedroom is set up with the whole gaming stuff and all that. Shoe boxes up on the wall. His refrigerator was full of beer and condiments. I mean, it's like a frat boy house.
I'm not gonna lie. When she started saying it, I was like, please, dear God, don't make it be beer and condoms. When she started saying condom, I was like, whoa, what brand are those?
Yeah. I don't know. Do they call them condoms in the UK, or is it like, is it something different, like
They're
penis
condiments.
covers? Penis covers.
You are such an ass, man.
Dick
Such
sheets.
an ass. By the way, his name is just Terrell. That's him.
Can you go into the nightstand and give me one of those penis covers?
Oh, dear God.
Oh, man.
What do you think of when Megan met Kieran's friends?
Oh, man, that got me. I'm sorry.
I see.
So I thought it was cool when she's meeting Kieran's friends. The one thing I didn't like is that they said this is Jack, his best friend, and then this is Harry, Joe, and Chris, his friends.
You got to differentiate.
I mean, I just find that funny. If you and I were out and I have a couple other buddies with me, I'm not gonna be like, this is my best friend Yanni. Oh, and this is Justin and Dave.
Yes. And if you don't, I'll make sure from here on out, I'm like, hey, I'm the best friend. They just happen to be here. Just because you said that. If you don't introduce me properly, I'm gonna make sure I point that out from here on out, because that's how it's supposed to be. By the way, Sly has a better name for condoms. They're cuddle accelerators.
Cuddle accelerators.
Something B says Kieran's friends were too negative. And also Kieran wanting his BFF support before he says I do is ridiculous.
Agreed. That was the thing that bothered me, that he said that if his friends didn't support this, he couldn't do it.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, you signed up for this experiment. It's something that's moves at a really fast pace. If you believe Megan's your person, then you got to be able to tell your friends and say, hey, friends, y'all know me for a long time. Trust that I'm going to make the right decision.
Yes.
And support me in this.
And it's also none of their damn business, because they're not the best friend.
I don't care what y'all think. Hey, Jack, let me talk to you for a little bit over here in the corner. What do you think? Yeah. No.
I do have one thing about the meeting though, because
Mhm.
when the regular friends were asked Megan what does she do for a living, I sure hope that she clarified, because all she said was I'm a dancer.
Right.
Now it may mean something different in the UK, but here in the States, what would you think?
You do something strange for a little change. That's what you like to throw the leg up. That's what I would think if you say I'm a dancer. I'm like, what club?
I may have seen you before. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Kieran says, yo, they got too excited when she said that too. Yes, because they all thought like we did, apparently.
Yeah. I'm assuming so. I hope she would have gave something better than I'm a dancer, because I agree with you.
Yeah.
My mind, the first time she said it, when she got introduced, I was like, you're a dancer. Oh, stripper. That's what I thought.
Well, let's hope that she actually did.
They let everybody on Love is Blind in the UK. It doesn't matter. It's like community college.
It's not on TV after all, not just on TV. Now, Cal and Srova, they're headed to Wigan, which is not at all how I thought it was spelled. I don't know how I thought. It took me a while to figure out what he was saying. But then going to meet his family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're gonna think I'm making a mountain of a molehill in this. But when his mom came to the door,
Mm-hmm.
and everything happened, and his mom says, "Come on in," he goes, "Glad. Thought you'd never ask." And then he goes and walks through the door before Srova, leaves her bringing up the rear. What, don't they have chivalry in Wigan?
Maybe there's no Southern gentleman in the UK. That's a Texas thing. We do here in the South. Maybe that's not how they roll over there. I don't know. I have no idea. I've only been to London. Been to the UK once. I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought that was strange. But what'd you think of his mother and grandmother?
I thought they were really sweet. They're really nice. They seemed very supportive, because out of a lot of the other parents we met, they weren't like, oh, engaged? What? They didn't act that way. And then his grandmother, I was so impressed. She was married 63 years. Could you imagine being with the same person 63 years? That's awesome.
If you love them, yes. If you love them, yes.
Yes.
If you love them,
yes. Yes. If you love them, yes. I get it.
I will say I did like when when he's like, "Well, did you get down on the knee?" And he's like, "Yes, twice." He's like, "Well, your grandfather damn sure didn't do that."
Yeah.
Even though Sandmeyer is kind of skeptical, says, "I do got my good eye on Cal. Something about him is off." Which it's kind of like what his brother said when his brother showed up, right? Because the mom and grandmother, oh, this is great. His brother was like, I know you too well.
Right. This is the benefit of siblings. Siblings are going to shoot you straight. He's like, oh, you're engaged? Oh, yeah, cool. It's crazy. That's pretty fast. But if I had to put if my life depended on it, I'd say it's not going to work, because Cal, you like your space, you like your routine. You've been with a lot of women, but no long relationship. So this is not going to work.
Yeah. Some to be says Cal needs more growing up to do. He gives adolescent vibes, but Srova's good for him, given she comes from a traditional culture. Do you agree?
I do agree that I can see how they can complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Srova that I find concerning is she's never met anybody's family that she's dated.
Right.
Ever.
Interesting.
And I'm just thinking, like, what kind of relationships have you had? And then I'm thinking, is she traditional in the sense that she still lives with her mom and sister? Like, she's not totally independent. That would be a lot to go into in a relationship.
Now, Dorica says the brother giving him that reality check, and it's along the same lines that Leah was saying. Don't feel like Cal will marry Srova. Now, the reason may be different, because Leah says because she's brown and that won't be sad, and his brother knows it. What his brother said was that he always puts himself first, and he doubts that he'll be able to put Srova first. And if you're getting married, you got to learn to put your spouse first.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, Tyler, You're wrong. This brother looks like he's never even smelled some meow.
He ain't seen no paw.
Let's get out of Wigan.
Shout out to Big Brother Dean Almighty.
Next, we got to meet some other parents, Barda's parents, as we get to Jed and Barhda. And I know, I'm sorry. I know we don't speak about her parents, right? But I couldn't pay attention to anything Barhda was saying, especially about why she was so independent, because the makeup was heavy as hell. Like, damn.
Yeah.
That was a lot of makeup. I'm sorry. That's just way too much. There's nothing. If I'm sitting at the table with her, I would never hear a word she says.
That's her choice. She chose to wear that. That's fine. She feels good in it. I don't have an issue with that. I do like how the conversation she had with him, because she's letting Jed understand that she doesn't want a life where she has to rely on a man, and she doesn't technically need you, but I want you. I think that's what a lot of people. I would love that. I don't want you to need me, but you want me around. That feels awesome, and vice versa.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I need a particular woman around me, but there's someone I want to hang out with.
right.
That feels good. So I like how she stood her ground with where she's coming from and what she wants out of this relationship.
Yeah, what she should want is to actually give up some of that control too. Because again, I just feel she's a little too controlling. I do like that she did get emotional too, talking about her mom, and her battle with cancer, because it showed a more human side of her and not this overly aggressive, controlling side.
Yeah, but I don't see the overly aggressive controlling that you're seeing. I don't get that.
I'm not the only one. I promise you. What'd you think when they met the parents?
I thought her parents were really sweet and nice.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was a little bit of a language barrier in between that. So I like that they just rolled with it. They just sat and smiled. But also like that Jed brought flowers for not only Barhda, but also for her mom.
Yeah.
Jed. So there are some Southern gentlemen in the UK. Jed understands.
He's one of them.
Yeah. He knew the assignment.
And he did ask their blessing for Barhda's hand in marriage, and of course they said yes. Take her, please,
and give grandma 6 grandchildren.
Yeah, exactly. I'll help.
Kira, how long though? How long you gonna be able to help?
Right, that's the real question. Kira says, "I don't see them making it. She doesn't seem ready to let go of control. He needs to feel needed too." Exactly. It's a give. It's a give and take, because he's already shown that he's willing to give part of that already. All right. And Dorica, you know what? I didn't see this at first, but now that you bring it up, I can't unsee it. It says Barhda giving young Nikki Newman vibes from Young and the Restless. And now that you say it, I can't unsee it.
I don't know who that is.
You didn't watch Young and Restless?
No.
Huh. Whatever. It was, hey, Student Center UTSA was slam packed. Everybody standing just watching Young and Restless when it came on.
No, I didn't do that at UTSA.
I know what
Jerry Springer. Doing. Jerry Springer. I was
boy.
in the student union watching Jerry Springer with all the students, but I didn't watch soap operas.
Yeah, that was the one though. Ashley and Billy, these two, man, interesting, because they go to meet Ashley's dad, and she tells her dad that Billy's not her boyfriend, but her fiance, and they're getting married. As she says it, married. We're getting married. Dad, Billy's my fiance, and we're getting married.
We have a big box of penis covers and everything.
You know, the thing that stood out to me about this whole thing, and it's interesting that we're doing these back to back, because Jed, when he sat down with Barhda's parents, he took control of that conversation.
Right.
Billy, on the other hand, he just played the background.
Yeah.
And Ashley had to lead the conversation, even talking about the experiment, and she had to go. And then he proposed. He felt like he was ready to propose. Yeah. And he's still sitting back there. I'm like, Billy, say something.
Well, I like how he played it, to be honest, because you could tell by the dad's eyes, he was shocked. This is the first guy he's ever meeting.
Mhm.
that his daughter, who's what, 30
Yeah.
or something like that, that has been dating. This is the first guy he's ever met.
Mhm.
Then to find out this is fiance. So
Yep.
I do think that was Ashley's point to take lead. What I like that Billy did is that he reassured uh, her dad that they're taking this seriously
Mhm.
and he plans to take care of her, all these different things, which is, I'm sure, what any father would want to hear.
Mhm.
But I think that he did a good job of letting her lead that conversation. Come follow that up with, here's my plan. I really mean it. I really love her. We're great. And I think all that helped put the dad at ease.
Yeah, he was just like, "Damn, for a minute there, I thought you couldn't speak. Thought you were mute."
That she was mute.
Toya doesn't agree with you. Said Billy should have spoken up. He should have. And to your point, he finally did. But I mean, damn, be the
Yeah.
man in this situation. You got to say something up front because I would question that at some point. Because
Yeah.
when he does decide to speak up, I think this was a little crazy when they went grocery shopping, right? Because they're talking about apartment life, household duties. Billy's very regimented, very routine. And Ashley says his structure needs to have some flexibility or it won't work.
Yeah.
So she's letting them know, okay, look, we got to have some compromise here or this
Yeah.
is not going to work. And they go shopping and he has absolutely no compromise. None.
Yeah, that's a Billy problem. And excuse me, I get Billy's point because Billy's saying that he can't, coach and train these soldiers
Mhm.
and tell them how to eat. And then he goes home and eats all these cookies and snacks and all that. Now, I
Don't
get
eat
his
'em.
point about that. Exactly. I get his point about that. But you can't because you have self-control issues, Ashley has to suffer
Exactly.
because you can't, control what you put in your mouth. That's not fair.
Whoa,
And you got to
pause.
be flexible. That's not what she wants. Stop it. That's not what that's not her lifestyle.
Right.
So you can't all of a sudden put that on someone else. So there has to be some more flexibility in that. I like how we said the arrangement between him and his ex was they just bought their own groceries. He had his stuff, she had her stuff.
Okay, so what? Were they not living together? Because that doesn't make sense. Because if she has a sweets cabinet, what is the issue?
Yeah.
Stay your ass out of it. You already know.
Lock it.
Don't go there.
Put a lock on it.
She shouldn't have to. Control your urges, Billy. You're the military man. Control your urges. You're training your soldiers to do that. You do it. Here's how you really teach them, right? He's got eating issues, and so she's got to stop. Leah says, "Why did Billy decide to get married if he can't handle his partner eating a slice of cake every now and then?"
Yeah.
Tyler says, "Bruh, I would have crashed out. I'd crashed the F out in that grocery store." Let me make sure I get that correct. Assumpta B says, "Billy's just strange. He gives me DV vibes." Whoa. Ashley needs to run. Him refusing to let her buy her own food is a major red flag, especially because I thought it was a weird question she asked him, and she said, "Well, how did you and your ex go shopping?" I thought that was weird until the rest of the conversation happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you got to figure the first 6 months they're not going to be together all the time, so he can shop how he wants. She's going to eat on the road.
Right. Exactly. Let's see. Quinto Pretty says Billy keeps talking about how much time they'll be apart due to her job. That was a big issue in the very beginning. And so it's one of those things that, is it going to be a no for him at the altar? It possibly could be. It probably should be a no from Ashley after hearing Billy and his whole "it's my way or the highway" when it comes to grocery shopping, because that's kind of nuts. Mimi says he'll just have to lock the pantry because I'm getting my snacks and I don't want to hear it. Exactly. Look, my wife eats onions. I hate onions. Before she eats them, hey, come here. Let me get my kiss first, because and you can enjoy your onions. But that's what it is. Sly A says, "Billy better not touch my Twix stash." That's all he has to do. And it's crazy because especially when she talked about the issues she had as a 13-year-old, right? And why this really triggered her when he was saying no sweets, no this, you got to count calories. She looked at a slice of cake and he's like, "That's 600 calories. That is nuts." And he's just like, who's counting all the calories like that? And why are you doing that? And I think it's just, it's a lot.
I mean, people that are health nuts and are very physically fit they have to watch what they eat. They're counting calories, looking at all
Cool.
those things.
Mm-hmm.
They understand to read the labels and look at the ingredients, but that's your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make your partner do that same thing.
Anitra says, I don't even like the way he was talking to her while making up the bed. You agree with that?
I don't recall what he said.
Yeah.
To make you feel that way.
Yeah. I don't remember either, but oh, you know what it was? Is when she pulled it in. No, now you got to pull it back. It's and I think it's just the way it was going. But I don't think, maybe you see something that I don't. And that's
I think he was showing her the military way to fold a bed and tug it in, bounce a quarter off of it. Yeah.
And some to be asked, who hates onions? This guy.
I love onions. He hates all vegetables. Doesn't matter if it's a vegetable or fruit. He won't eat it. So,
but I make my juice from pure fruit. That should count for something.
You make your juice, but you won't eat the fruit. But
yes,
you'll
exactly.
Drink the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
What?
It's like
it's Yanni, but thanks. I appreciate it.
It's like a 5-year-old.
That's fine.
Just give me my French fries and chicken tenders and leave me alone.
Hey, hold up. My 5-year-old, her favorite food, if you ask her, is broccoli.
I'm so glad that she did not get the anti-vegetable fruit thing from you.
Well, she got a lot of other things, so there's that. And Sly says, Ricketts, stop it. Stop it. Arthritis campaign in the future. I've made it this far.
Famous
Leah
last
says,
words.
Broccoli with cheese? No, I take the cheese. Hold the broccoli. I'll tell you what, you give my daughter the broccoli, I'll eat the cheese. All right, so here we are, man, getting ready for episodes 7 and 8. That's going to be tomorrow. A lot of exciting things coming in this one because the pod squad's coming up.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see some of these things. Excited to see what happens with Kieran and Sophie when Sophie walks in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because is he going to feel like he made a wrong decision?
Yeah.
And who else is going to show? We've seen some of the clips, and you see, okay, well, Anu is going to be there, so Patrick's going to show up. Yes.
Patrick and Anu, got to see that.
See how that splenic awareness goes, and what's really going to happen here with Katisha and Javin? Because I think, didn't see this coming.
How'd you not see? How'd you not? Watching the conversation, they're terrible. I'm like, I could imagine these folks being married.
Toya says episode 7 was explosive. Yes, it actually is, and I'm glad you got the episode number right since you thought you were still on 6. For those who decided to skip work today, like something B says, beware. Just more verification on everything we talked about.
Yep.
And Leah says, I'm trusting Kieran to be strong. We shall see. We shall see. And we will do that tomorrow. In the meantime, do us a favor. Tell a friend to check this out and hit the like button. You do it and then tell them to do it too. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell.
Make sure you follow us at Yanni Rude, at Giselle, and at the RGRT Pod.
Yeah, send us some of your random thoughts, some of the bullshit on the internet. We'll talk about it on the regular show.
It's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.